Exodus chapter 34. And Yahweh says to Moses, Hew for yourself 2 tablets of stone like the first. And I have written on the tablets the words which were on the first tablets which you have broken. And be prepared at morning. And you have come up in the morning to Mount Sinai, and have stood before me there, on the top of the mountain. And no man comes up with you. And also no man is seen in all the mountain. Also the flock and the herd do not feed toward the front of that mountain. And he hews 2 tablets of stone like the first, and Moses rises early in the morning, and goes up to Mount Sinai, as Yahweh commanded him, and takes the 2 tablets of stone in his hand. And Yahweh comes down in a cloud, and stations himself with him there, and calls in the name of Yahweh. And Yahweh passes over before his face, and calls, Yahweh, Yahweh God, merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and abundant in kindness and truth, keeping kindness for thousands, taking away iniquity and transgression and sin, and not entirely acquitting, charging iniquity of fathers on sons, and on sons' sons, on a 3rd and 4th generation. And Moses hurries and bows to the earth and pays respect and says, Now if I have found grace in your eyes, O my Lord, please let my Lord go in our midst, for it is a stiff-necked people, and you have forgiven our iniquity and our sin, and have inherited us. And he says, Behold, I am making a covenant. I do wonders before all your people, which have not been done in all the earth or in any nation, and all the people in whose midst you are in have seen the work of Yahweh, for it is fearful that which I am doing with you. Observe for yourself that which I am commanding you today. Behold, I am casting out from before you the Amorite and the Canaanite and the Hittite and the Perizzite and the Hivite and the Jebusite. Take heed to yourself, lest you make a covenant with the inhabitant of the land into which you are going, lest it become a snare in your midst. For you break down their altars, and you shatter their standing pillars, and you cut down its Asherim. For you do not bow yourselves to another God, for Yahweh, whose name is Zealous, is a zealous God. Lest you make a covenant with the inhabitant of the land, and they have gone whoring after their gods, and have sacrificed to their gods, and one has called to you, and you have eaten of his sacrifice, and you have taken of their daughters for your sons, and their daughters have gone a-whoring after their gods, and have caused your sons to go whoring after their gods. You do not make a molten god for yourself. You keep the celebration of unleavened things. For 7 days you eat unleavened things, as I have commanded you, at an appointed time in the month of Abib. For in the month of Abib you came out from Egypt. All opening a womb are mine, and every firstling of your livestock born a male, whether ox or sheep. And you ransom the firstling of a donkey with a lamb. And if you do not ransom, then you have beheaded it. You ransom every firstborn of your sons, and they do not appear before me empty. For 6 days you work, and on the 7th day you rest. In plowing time and in harvest you rest. And you observe the celebration of weeks for yourself, the first fruits of the wheat harvest, and the celebration of ingathering at the revolution of the year. 3 times in a year all your males appear before the Lord YHWH, God of Israel. For I dispossess nations from before you, and have enlarged your border, and no man desires your land in your going up to appear before your God Yahweh 3 times in a year. You do not slaughter the blood of my sacrifice with a fermented thing, and the sacrifice of the celebration of the Passover does not remain until morning. You bring the first of the first fruits of the land into the house of your God Yahweh. You do not boil a kid in its mother's milk. And Yahweh says to Moses, Write these words for yourself, for I have made a covenant with you and with Israel, according to the tenor of these words. And he is there with Yahweh 40 days and 40 nights. He has not eaten bread, and he has not drunk water. And he writes on the tablets the matters of the covenant, the 10 commandments. And it comes to pass, when Moses is coming down from Mount Sinai, and the 2 tablets of the testimony are in the hand of Moses, and his coming down from the mountain, that Moses has not known that the skin of his face has shone in his speaking with him. And Aaron sees, all the sons of Israel also, Moses, and behold, the skin of his face has shone. and they are afraid of coming near to him. And Moses calls to them, and Aaron and all the princes in the congregation return to him, and Moses speaks to them. And afterward all the sons of Israel have come near, and he charges them with all that Yahweh has spoken with him in Mount Sinai. And Moses finishes speaking with them, and puts a veil on his face. And in the going in of Moses before Yahweh to speak with him, he turns aside the veil until his coming out. And he has come out, and has spoken to the sons of Israel that which he has commanded. And the sons of Israel have seen the face of Moses, that the skin of the face of Moses has shone. And Moses has put back the veil on his face until his going in to speak with him.